Hello everyone guys, welcome back to another Wolverine video on how to play Wolverine. But before I start anything, I just want to thank you guys very much for your guys' support, and I honestly wasn't expecting that much support from you guys and actually watching the videos. I am just blown away with your guys' thankfulness and everything else. But today, I'm going to teach you guys how to beat the tank meta. And you're probably thinking, well, what's the tank meta? You're probably thinking of someone like, oh, Venom or Groot. Yes, but also I'm going to teach you how to counter solo tanking, not just on your games, but how to counter other tanks, specifically like Magneto. Where is he? Like Magneto, Emma, if I can find her, Rogue, and even Angela, and even Flyers and like thing. I'm gonna teach you all about how to counter them, starting off with the very one and only Doctor Strange. So with Doctor Strange is not necessarily a unique case, but Doctor Strange is a
Magic
tank
is
sponge.
not the only
And
invisible force in play here.
He does a lot of damage potential because if you play Strange, you can roll to 3 guys for flexers, for those who flex tank support and DPS. As a tank, specifically on Strange, you can do primary, whip, and I bind my melee to R just so I can press it immediately after I shoot. In most cases, you do this and you're probably thinking, well, how does Wolverine counter that, and how do I do that in my game? Simple. Most of the times, he shields. That's one of the biggest things this guy does, is shields. And funny enough, you, as Wolverine, ignore that rule, and you straight up shred them. So, for example, let me put you through a little simulation of what this would actually look like in the danger room. Alright, so pretty much, this is a basic simulation of an AI for Strange, because apparently you can do this. But notice how when I'm coming in, I have health restoration on, so I can choose guys. He's gonna hit me like that, right? When I'm coming in like this, you shred him so fast, and I'll let him come back up so I can show you what it looks like in shield. I'm hitting him, right? Hitting him. He's never gonna pull the shield. You see how I'm shredding through his shield like that? You ignore the shield so hard, it's not even funny. And honestly, you can grab through it using your Gambit team up. So, like this, using my melee cancel animation, you shred not only through the shield, but you actually do percentile damage on the Strange's shield. So it means you arguably do better tank damage than you do with punches.
Stay down if I were you.
And it's important because Wolverine is one of the most carry potential DPS, and he's using ridiculous stuff like that. So, and I'm not going to joke around with you. I'll even show you what it looks like on a harder character real quick. So, putting on Advanced Combat, hard. And keep in mind, this is a simulation since I don't have anyone to show you guys how to actually do this, like with a teammate or whatever, but this is what an actual Strange mentality is. They're using maybe Gamma team or whatever, they're going in like this, using their shield, you ignore it. The point is, it's that you want to be brawling up in the front line and doing stuff like this. And then just straight up grab them, cradle them, and then they're done. And then you flip them 360. That's literally all you do with them. And Strange is honestly one of the most played tanks, and this is a very good way to solve them.
You're out of your league, bub.
And not only does this work on characters like Strange, this also works on people like Groot, it works on Venom, it works on Tankful, it works on Emma, it works on a lot of things. And pretty much, most of the time, when you're going in the front line, you really want to go after Strange because you farm ult for one here up there. You farm ult pretty fast, and pay attention to how fast I farm ult. Pay attention. 1. Farm 10%, but he wasn't at full HP. So let's say I'm at 1% in this case. Coming in. Bam, bam, bam. I'm already 30% of the way with my ult charge. So the point is, it's that you as a tank shredder really shut down very, very strong tanks this season, and you really just say fuck the meta and you change it in your own terms. So basically with Strange, key takeaways, you want to really shred him in the front line, brawl,
let's do this,
grab, and then just get rage off of him. He's really easy to get rage, and you can shred his shield, and you will always get value out of this tank in particular. And now, I've had a couple of comments from my first video, and I love this particular comment, and it was about Mag being a hard counter, and I agree with this individual, and this brings me to my next type of tank that you can counter, technically, but not always, Magneto. So with Magneto, Magneto has 650 HP, and this guy has no way of fighting you other than one way. He can fight you with his sword. That's it. He can fight you short. He can do this with Emma, but there's a way to actually counter it. I did a little more research on it, and I'll explain it in one of my other videos. But most of the times with Magneto, the only thing that makes him really strong is this and that. And most times too, a lot of this you can have just your other teammates force it, or you can just pressure Magneto by using your animation cancel. So if I'm getting brawled here, I'll show you again. If I'm doing this, by the time I get to my animation cancel, he's already in a shield because he thinks, oh, I'm gonna grab him. You can actually just bait out the shield, and then just maybe shields right here. It lasts 3 seconds. Boom, you grab him, and then you're at full rage, and you can go after the other tank, or it's not put you in.
Carves his own path, old
and
man.
This is really important because Magneto is really, he's arguably one of the best tanks. If not, I would make the argument that he's probably the best tank aside from Captain Cardio, Captain America, and Venom. I say this because he has really good team ups. He's been very consistent, and even after all the other buffs and stuff with poke and whatnot, you as Wolverine can still kind of counter him as long as you can force his shield, because his shield, going back to what I said earlier,
I call on the might of
his
my allies
shield
to defeat
to others, his ally shield, is a 15-second cooldown. So if you can either get that, his Emma team up, or his self shield, you are getting so much value because you take away all of his tankiness, and by the time you get all his resources out, the only thing he can do is shield his other people, and he comes after you, game over. So, for example, let me show you how you would actually do this in the danger room. So, for the purpose of this, I have restored healing on just so I can show you guys this. But if I'm coming in with max like this, I can just wait, bait out the shield, grab, bam, you're gone. And his shift, his little shield that he does, you actually ignore it like the same way you do with Stranger's shield. So essentially speaking, any shields that any tank does that's not a bubble, you ignore that rule. And as a result, you almost hard counter them, and you shut down their ability to play the whole game, and you force them on other tanks like Cap, Angela, and other tanks that aren't even really. And look, he's so mad that he's gonna fall on me. Hits me, and yeah. So then I kind of find that kind of ironic, but you do stuff like this. Boom, wait. Grab. Boom, 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 boom.
This mutant carves his own path,
so,
old man.
Again, showing it to you one more time. You can wait, use the Emma team up, and hold them behind them. It's always when it shows the HP bar, by the way. If you ever play against someone who uses the Emma team up, the way that you'll know if you find the right clone, he's always behind. He always goes behind him. And every time you hit the right Magneto, it shows his HP bar. The clone one doesn't, unless if it's a chance. So if I'm doing this, you just bait out the shield. In case I missed the grab, you can just go in, bam,
This
done.
mutant carves his own
So,
path, old man.
the point that you want to be doing here is that in many cases, you can just straight up leave the front line and just wait for the shield to end. Because if you do basic math here, I use my right shield, 1, 2, 3. It is a 3-second shield that can absorb only 200 damage. So if I'm playing someone like Blade, for instance, or maybe Bucky, Bucky's a stronger example. If I am playing Bucky with Wolverine, you can literally just have Bucky go into the front line with you, because each bullet does 70 damage body, and I think headshot does 140. So you can just do that, and not only do you shred the tanks with Wolverine, but other characters like Elsa, maybe not Elsa, but people like Punisher, or maybe I would say maybe Elsa, Moon Knight, probably not Moon Knight, but the point is any poke character with you at all, and this poke is kind of meta in the DPS category, you're gonna get some poke character in a degree, and it's very common, even in quick play. If I were to go play quick play right now, I would probably get some level of a poke player, even if it were something like Deadpool. So the point is, it's that countering Magneto is very realistic. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to go for the grab. You can just straight up just try to force out his shield, wait for it, go in, grab, and then he's dead because he has no way of actually defending himself. Magneto, imagine Magneto like this. Magneto, no offense, Magneto is a big teddy bear. A teddy bear that's very strong, but can't really do much. Kind of like with Dino. Dino, if I'm walking around like this, Dino has really one way of attacking. That. And then maybe aside from his this, but most of the time he's not fighting with his hands like Captain Cardio, where he's like, let's dance, and he's like running around he's like that. Magneto does not have that capability of throwing hands, whereas you got claws and you can hurt him in many ways that he can't do to you.
You smell that in the air? That's
basically
potential being realized.
The whole point is that you can literally just leave the back line the moment, the front line, the moment they force front shield, or you can have another Poke character force it, because Poke is really good this season, ironically, and you can have Bucky, Elsa, Phoenix, even Cyclops. You can have Cyclops force on Bubble, and you can just coming at you, boom, deleted, just like that. And Magneto's no longer a problem. Then what? What, they're gonna go Thing? And speaking of, funny enough, you can actually hard counter Thing, and you won't be like another BP, and I'll show you how to counter Thing right after this. So with Thing, right, Thing has one big tool in his kit that stops the average Wolverine player, and I say that the Thing is maybe your only actual problem, because he can throw hands with you, unlike Magneto and Strange. But there's one way you counter him. Are you ready? You ready to hear it? Are you seriously ready? But normally,
your boy Benji's about
you know how with
to turn up,
BP, right? I'm gonna pull up BP for example. If BP's ever diving your back line, you either go Thing if he's not banned, or you go Elsa. In this case, let's say I'm trying to find him. He's right. So with Thing, all he has to do is do this. Bam, bam, bam. He's out. And it's not so much about this that kills him, it's the shift, because it grounds him. And he can just do that, if that makes any sense. And when you apply, I think, the same concept for Wolverine, it stops his right click, so it stops two abilities. This,
smell that in the air,
and this,
that's potential
when you're
being
in his AoE. So, for example, if I am rolling a Thing, most of the times he's a damage sponge. And you can have, again, another Poke character, but let's say for this instance, you're the only DPS, and they're playing 2 tank, 3 supports, and you're the only one. In this instance, I'm not going to say, oh yeah man, you're screwed, because you're not BP. All you have to do is literally get out of his circle when he does the shift. So I'll show you. And he runs in like this. Literally just walk out of it. Literally that simple. And you have 350 HP, so you can, yes, quite literally walk out of the circle. And I have too many goddamn people telling me, oh no, Thing counters Wolverine because you can't move him. Although in a degree, yes, that's true. It's actually better that you can't move him, because you can just farm ult, you farm rage, and you can do your animation cancel and actually kill him pretty fast. And especially since he gets overkilled with that gives him more health. And because that gives him more health, he dies quicker. So by him actually fighting back, he actually loses more than he does with winning, if that makes sense. So pretty much when he says, it's clobbering time, and hits you and slams dunks you,
being realized.
Just leave. Literally just leave. So to show you that I'm not fucking around, and that you shouldn't just take my word for blind, I'm going to show you what that actually looks like in a real match. Not a real match, but in the danger zone. So for the purpose of this, again, for all my interviews, I'm going to have a mock Thing and everything else. So you see how I can't really do anything here? I still kind of brawl with him. I can just do this, but that's because I have primary health on. In this case, I would die if I'm just sitting around. But watch what happens when he does. Slams me in. I just leave. And I can just bam, 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 bam. Bam. And I'm dead.
Stay down if I were you.
It's literally that fucking simple. Just Boom. You're good.
Endless fury.
Animation cancel. Bam, 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 bam.
Let's do this.
He's dead. Let me show you again. Ready? Leave.
I'm a sitting
Let him
duck
come to you.
here.
Bam, 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 bam. Animation cancel. Bam, 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 bam. Snap his neck. You're done.
Next time,
It's not
step
hard.
aside.
It's not hard. I'm telling you, it is not hard to counter thing. If anything, you counter thing.
You had that coming.
Boom. Done.
Got eyes on
One
some
more time. I'll
bogeys.
show it to you guys one more time. Ready? Get out the way. Let him come to me. Oh. And at that point, he already died, so it's fine. So I'm going to show it to you guys one more time. Ready? Slams me down.
I'm a sitting duck here.
Boom. Done. Obviously, I am aware that I have
You had that coming.
health recovery on, but in a real in a real match, this would work. I'm telling you, in a real match, this would work. And I do this in my ranked lobbies all the time. I do it in Grandmaster. I do it in maybe even Celestial sometimes. I do it a lot. The point is, all you have to do is literally, ready? Hold S. Oh my, no, oh no, that's so terrible. That's impossible. I know, right? Holding down S and getting out of the AoE circle instantly gives you back all your abilities. Why didn't I think of that? Because no one else thinks of it normally. So, literally, that's how you counter things. Now, on to maybe the hottest, maybe the hardest and most difficult tank to counter typically, Emma Frost. So, with Emma Frost is the same idea as both Strange and Mag, except when you play as Emma, right, she has two things. Really two things that you should be worried about. The shield,
on brand.
which you can get rage from if you hit it. You get the same points as you would hitting anything. And funny enough, little tip here, you can actually hit her team up, like her little wall, if you are playing Wolverine, and you get actually rage points. So, and because, again, this has 400 health, you do percentile damage. So you shred her her shield very, very quickly. Now, the other thing,
Look who's
and
here.
this is the biggest thing you have to worry about
Impervious.
when she gets pissed, her shield. Or, I mean her diamond form, and she does this. Choke slam you, hit. That amount of damage right there, that kills every non-tank. So let me show you. If I do this to Luna, right? I'm gonna do the same thing to Luna once my shield comes back. Wait. If I do the same thing to Luna, it's gonna kill her. If I do exquisite 1-2, just about kills her. I would say do 1, 2, 3 hits and then do it, but the point is, you can choke slam 1, 2, 3, pretty much kills you, if that makes sense. Obviously they nerf the damage, but before then you can do that. So the point is that your grab makes
You smell that in the air.
CC
That's potential
for-
being realized.
If I do the math, about like at least 2 seconds, which is really important because if you get grabbed, you are gonna be focused. I promise you, you will be
Look who
focused
just
if you are
showed
grabbed.
up.
And this is especially kind of a bad thing for you, because if she does end up grabbing you, like, and then kicks you to the wall, everyone is going to fucking gun you down, and you will lose your healing factor, which is maybe your biggest tool, even though you get it back every fight and a half or so. So, there is a way to counter her. It's not necessarily a direct way, but it's more of like having awareness type of thing. But let me show you how you would normally counter her. So when you're playing against Emma, she's gonna come at you like this. You can use your shield, and you walk
Here
out
come
of
our
a lot
next
of things she
victims.
does. And when you're coming in, she's gonna take
Endless
exquisite.
fury.
You can just use your right click to get out, and you can just walk away from her. She can't chase you. She literally can't. You just keep doing this and wait her out. You do
Never
it
really
without any
did you
cooldown
in the
on.
first
This is
place,
so
Frost.
using all his godly juice. Just get out right here. Just keep walking back. Don't even look back. Just keep walking back. Keep walking back. All you do. dead. That's all you do. Use
Even
your right
I'm
click or your grab to get out. And don't get too greedy. Got it? In this case, I'm gonna get out. Kicks me. We don't get you. Oh. Grab me.
You're mine. Never really trusted you in the first
Just
place,
be
Frost.
careful when she uses her diamond form. The moment she uses her diamond form, she's another tank. And she's not hard to go after once you do so. If you do this, the point is you want to get out like this. And just keep walking away. Literally run away from her and then
Coming at you. Never really trusted
See the
you in the
point?
first place, Frost.
all you have to do. And obviously, an actual ML player wouldn't just throw everything at you, but you can just. I'm just gonna get the hell out. I'm getting out. No, don't touch me. I don't want to. No. Alright, come here. Bam. Does that make sense? And honestly,
Never really
there's other
trusted
ways that
you in
you
the
can do
first
this.
place,
You can
Frost. Got eyes on some bogeys.
force your grab into your front line, and honestly, you can
No holding back.
make the team focus
You're
Emma
mine.
by grabbing her before she goes into her diamond form, and then you can just insta-kill her.
Burst you with energy.
You can just do that too. There's many ways you can find it, but the point is that in an actual game, you can just straight up
Never
leave
really
the front line
trusted
and
you
let
in
your
the
tank
first place,
take all the damage, or you can grab her before she does it. In this case,
Let's do this.
front line focuses her, my job is done. This way I'm ready to grab, but there's probably killer at that point. And you still brawl her. Still brawl her.
Never really trusted you in
So-
the first place, Frost.
Basically, I'm gonna show it to you guys one more time. Get out. I don't want this. No, I don't want this. I don't want it. No, please, no. Right here. Bam. He's dead. Does that make sense? So that's
Told
pretty
you
much
I
how
was
you're
the-
gonna counter
Look
Emma.
who just showed up.
It's the same playing style as you would for Thing, pretty much, except it's more easier to do because you can just use your grab, or you can just use your right click and then just get out and get behind your tank, because then she just can't grab you, and she either gets out of diamond form, and keep in mind, her diamond form is on a 15-second cooldown, meaning you are going to get your grab faster than she does, and your grab is actually on. Technically, when you actually do it, your grab activates upon activation, so meaning by the time you actually sit down and actually
You're mine.
your grab is on a 10-second cooldown. So even though it is on a quote 12-second cooldown, it's actually on a 10-second. And by the time you're done with the effects, it's on 6. So take it as you will, you get your grab way faster than she does. And by that point, especially if she's solo tanking, your other tank or your other DPS can straight up just pressure her, if that makes sense. Because without her shield, she's literally just Strange, but different, if that makes sense. She's literally Strange, but if she can throw hands, if that makes sense. So I taught you how to counter Strange, Mag, Thing, Emma. But you're probably wondering, well, in case if I come across a unique tank like Tank Pool or Hulk, Cap, Angela, how do I take care of them? I will teach you all of them, but I want to talk about Hulk first and then the other two, and we'll end it off there. So with Hulk is kind of unique because Hulk can actually survive against you. So let me show you. Hulk has regenerative shields, meaning if he doesn't take damage for 5 seconds, he starts to get auto healed, which is actually kind of cool. And I wish Wolverine had something like that because it reflects comic accurate healing factor, but also it just shows what he's actually capable of. But most of the times, most Hulk players are going to be using their jumping mechanic and just like and jumping in the back line, style you, go in your back line. Funny enough, it takes about almost a second to fill up his entire gauge meter, and most of the times he's gonna come in like this, shield you or others, and yes, he may come in like this, but the moment he jumps in like this, you can just grab him. And most of the times, especially if there's a Hulk in your backline, they aren't going to be able to actually jump out most of the time in game because you want something, you're going to grab them.
You smell that in the air? That's potential being real.
And by that point, you need not get the phone. Yes, he can exile you. Yes, he can give you a shield, or he can shield against you. But at that point, everyone's already looking at him.
You're out of your league, bub.
Especially if he's diving with like, let's say he's diving with a fist or Venom. You alt charge from these tanks so fast, it is not even funny, and they're primarily going to be the reason why you beat them. Because, again, his rage doesn't do anything, but as he gets more mad, he shreds them pretty goddamn quickly. So, pretty much, your job, if Hulk comes in the back line, pay attention to when he uses his shield, because he only gets 2 of them. And most of the times, he is going to use the cat team up. Most good Hulk players use the cat team up because it gives back abilities based on how low they are. But in most cases, you have the capability of killing him fast enough because of how fast you can get mad and because of how fast you shred him. And with your Gambit team up, you can just grab him in and literally secure a pick every 12 seconds. And even if you can't, you can still out-brawl him and kill him that way. Because you out-damage him because you're a duelist, you're a DPS, and that's kind of your job. So, now on the other hand, with Venom is like a very hard case to crack, because with Venom, he's a perma, for one, he's a perma. So he doesn't die, meaning all you have to do is just like that, and then just, it's on an 8-second cooldown, or 8-second activation, on a 12-second cooldown. And he can just, but obviously, realistically, no one's going to land all their headshots like that unless you're ridiculously good. But pretty much with Venom, when he uses his, it's on an 8-second cooldown the moment you let it go, and then he has an E that does shield based on how fast you do. So, for example, if I were to go damage myself, right, and this is just in case if you haven't played Venom, but if I take a ton of damage like this, like, and let's just say, for example, okay, it's gonna keep charging, you gotta give a second, but let's just say, for example, I'm at about 275 HP. I would get a total of 1420 HP, and I would automatically start getting fueled at that point. Obviously, yes, you will shred through that very, very quickly, but you don't get any ult charge from that. And he is still kind of a permaban this season, so I would say if I had to pick a counter, technically this is your biggest counter because he just doesn't die. But this is a problem that you won't really have to worry about, since your 2 biggest counters are permaban, and even then, you can still get value out of them by ult charge and rage. Now, the other case that comes around, and you may not see this much in your ranked games, but it's Peni. Yes, Peni. And Peni, the biggest reason why she is banned and why I ban her anyways is because of her nest. This person doesn't have 1, but has 2 nests. This shit is so annoying because one of them has the same health as you do, and the other one has 250, so meaning you can just time for some fireworks, and you can just like crit damage. The point is, this character is very, very annoying to play against because, yes, she is your hardest counter, but you can still kind of do this.
You smell that in the air?
And grab. Well, I should probably do that. But you can still do stuff like this. But even then, you only get to do that one time. So yes, even though I just did that to Hulk, for example, but you still want to ban Peni a lot, and Peni is often going to be banned for you, not just because of double nest, but just because of how annoying she is, and just in general, your 2 hardest, not hardest counters, but your 2 most difficult tanks to counter are permabanned. So these aren't problems that you really have to worry about. for the purposes of ranked, if that makes sense. Now, the last thing that I get from a lot of people is that, why are we playing Groot into Wolverine? Why are we playing Wolf into Groot? He counters you with his wall. Actually, no. Want to know why? In 99% of the time, there's only one spot you can put your wall. Right here. And it makes you CC move, correct? Most of the times, this wall has 600 HP. I have Wolverine, and this is why in my beginner's guide and my advanced guide, 90% of the time you're going to brawl, but 10% you're going to flank or poke. This is a case of where you poke. All you have to do, say this is the front line. Say for example, this is the front line, right? I'm coming in as Wolverine right here. I see the wall. Boom, 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 gone.
You smell that in the air.
It's over. It's literally over. He can't do anything. Yes, he can give you walls, but the walls actually give you more rage.
I'd stay down if I were you.
Get more rage, and then the wall that you're destroying, that destroys the CC, gives you rage and ult charge. So pretty much, literally, I'm gonna show you again, and I can't stress this enough. Go all the way in the back line for somewhere to properly poke where
Here
they
come our
won't
next
see you.
victims.
Say,
I found trouble.
say this is the wall right here, the
found
ult
trouble.
charge. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam, destroyed. You're like, what? No, my CC is destroyed. How is it? And then they're dead. That's it.
Even I'm impressed.
That's literally it. And even Wolverine is pressed, like he said. So, that's it. That's literally it. That's how you counter most of the tanks. Now, for the purpose of this, I can't really cover every single tank because, for example, Dino and Rogue are not really played that much, and most of the times, you will only see Rogue played by like 1 or 2 people, which isn't really your problem, but it's the same concept as like Emma or Magneto, or I'm sorry, String. It's the same idea. Same thing with Dino. It's things, but except you literally just delete him so fast. It's not even funny. But he's not even played anymore because he's just terrible. I would say Angela, you don't see many Angelas in caps that much, so you can still shred them, but even then, when they do go that case, your other people that you're playing with, pause, you can easily, and I mean this very seriously, your other people, say I got Torch, I think we're playing 3-2-1 comp, say I have Stranger's a solo tank, I got me, Bucky, and maybe Elsa. Your Bucky can literally ground their Angela. You can grab them. Dead. Cap comes in. Bucky. Cap's gone. Just like that. Captain Cardio is no longer cardio. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, a majority of the tanks are very counterable,
Got
and you
eyes
can
on some
counter
bogeys.
just about every tank. It's just that you have to be aware of your game sense, and it requires you to force cooldowns, which, I am going to be honest, pissing off people in this game is not hard. Meaning, you can get a lot of value from forcing cooldowns very easy. For example, if I'm diving, this is just take it as you will. If I'm diving as Black Panther, it is very easy to piss off people when you're playing Black Panther and make them go to Thing. I'm telling you, it is very easy to do so. Or even playing Spidey, it's very easy to piss off support players and tank lanes. I'm telling you, they'll immediately go Wanda and Namor. Or if I'm playing Black Cat, they will go Bucky so fast. I'm telling you, it is very easy to make people mad in this game. Use that as leverage. Use it. Because if you can force people to literally get off a tank, go on support, and go triple support
Pick me,
just to keep their one tank alive, not only is that so much value, but you automatically outclass every one of those opponents that you're fighting. And because they're solo tanking, your other DPS and 2 other tanks can literally jump them, making it a 4v1, you included, and their triple support is useless. So they'll probably be in this position of, oh my god, our Strange can't solo tank into Wolf? What are we doing? What is wrong with us? And at that point when they realize, oh, we should have went, I'm gonna team up Mag, the game's gonna be over. Because on average, nobody fucking plays Wolf. And that's the best part. Nobody knows how to counter you because you don't exist yet. And because me and maybe 8 other people play them, we get to have the benefit of not being countered. You please use that as leverage. But yeah, pretty much that's how you counter just about every tank in Season 9 meta. And yes, you can use this in your ranked games. You can use this in quick play. You can use this in, not zombie hunt, you can use this in just about any mode that requires a tank. You can counter any tank in the game with this, not with this video, but with just that information in mind. And most of it, you hard counter naturally just because you shred their shields or you do percentile damage. And that's the beauty of Wolverine. Alright. But again, guys, thank you so much for your guys' support. I'm very grateful for all the stuff that you guys have brought me, rather if that's just seeing my videos or just subscribing or even leaving down some comments with the questions. I am very, very, very glad that you guys have come out of your way to look at these videos. I am very, very appreciative, and I'm honestly, dude, I'm shocked that even anyone saw the last 2 tutorial videos that I posted. And as a result, I will be doing a live stream at probably not tomorrow, probably today. At the time of this video, me recording it, it's 2:30 in the morning, but probably at some point tonight, later at night, Thursday. Probably the point is, I'm definitely gonna live stream something or make another video tonight or tomorrow night, if that makes sense. And keep in mind, at the time of this recording, it's like 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like these videos, just again, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe. It's helping out a lot. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or anything like that, do not feel hesitant to comment down. I'll be happy to answer them, and I already have with some of these comments as well. So yeah, I'm your host, Master. Catch you guys in the next one. See ya.